Good morning and welcome back to another vlog. I apparently love starting my vlogs in the car these days, but I have just been so busy and I feel like I've not really had a moment to like stop and have a chit chat to you in the flat like in the mornings. I feel like I'm always at the weekends going and doing things. However, it is the long weekend this weekend. It's Easter weekend, so I have Friday and Monday off, so that is an absolute win. I have just started working in marketing, so I've moved to more of like a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday schedule rather than like shift schedule that I was working before. So I'm taking all of the benefits of having this long weekend. I've got 4 days off, which is gorgeous, and the intention of this weekend is really about slowing down for me. As I said, I've just had such a busy time. Honestly, March has just been crazy. It's flown by, and both in work and personal life, it's just been really, really busy. All good things and all really exciting, but just so busy, and I'm very much in need of just a slow, quiet weekend. So that's kind of what we got planned for the next few days. I am actually going to go and meet a friend, Nick, who I mentioned in my, I think it was 2 vlogs ago now, or maybe even 3 by the time I've edited last week's one, but I am heading to meet her for a coffee because she very kindly went and picked up my film negatives from when I got them developed when I went to see her, which is so nice, and she's through here with her boyfriend, so she was like, I'll meet you for a coffee and you can come pick them up and we can just have a chit chat. So I'm off to do that this morning, which is so nice. It's like 10 o'clock right now, so it's not been too like fast a morning. I actually had a bit of a lie-in, which was nice. Although I feel like I've realised that a lie-in when you're 27 is basically like 8 a.m. versus like when you're 17 it's like 11 a.m. So, but I honestly am such a morning person, so I love an early morning. So yeah, 8 a.m. is like the sweet spot for me. Honestly, 9 a.m. I wake up and I just feel rubbish, unless obviously I've not had enough sleep. But yeah, I got up at 8 and did a Pilates workout. My body's actually in so much pain. I've been really trying to stick to a better workout schedule recently because I think in summer it just completely fell off, and so now I'm just trying to get like back into doing regular Pilates, regular walks, which I'm loving, and it makes me feel so much better in myself. So I'll maybe share that on, I think my next workout is scheduled for Sunday, so we can maybe do that on Sunday as well. But today we've just got such a nice day planned. We've just got, obviously I'm going to go for coffee with Nick, and then I think we're going to do a food shop. I was saying to George, I feel like Easter weekend is slowly starting to have more significance just in like culture. I feel like it's always been a really big thing. I feel like when you're a kid it's a really big thing, but then as you kind of grow older and you move out, and I feel like some families, like my family was always kind of into Easter but not like fully into it. Like we always did like a dinner and like came together, but we never really, I don't know, like properly like acknowledged that it was Easter. It was more just an opportunity for us to come home and see our family. So I feel like this weekend just feels really significant, and maybe it's because it's the first like public holidays that I've had, or I don't know, but it feels really nice. And one of the reasons it feels really nice is that George and I are going to go and do a bit of like a food shop for the weekend, which we never really usually do. We always usually do like a Sunday food shop. We're quite routine driven people, so we always usually do our food shop on a Sunday, which I love, and it just like sets us up for the week and means that during the week we know what we're eating and we're not having to like think about that after work and stuff like that. But I just think there's something so Christmas coded about like going to the supermarket for like the next few days and like stocking up on a load of like good food. I think we're going to do like a roast lamb at some point and also grab some Easter eggs. So yeah, I'm just really excited. And then I don't really know what we're going to do for the rest of the day, but I'll update you on that later. So yeah, let's go meet Nick, because I did say to her that I would meet her at 10 and it is definitely past 10. However, she is working in the cafe all day, so she was like, don't rush. So let's go meet her, and yeah, I'm really excited for you to join me on this kind of just slow, chill weekend or extended weekend. I think I'm going to vlog all 4 days, so yeah, I'm excited. So I am back from seeing Nick and it was so nice. I didn't really film much, but we were just catching up, so it was lovely. And I love Kawa. I love their matcha as well. It is just 10 out of 10. And we have been and done our big food shop, and I want to show you my Easter egg. So I ended up getting just a regular Cadbury's because I feel like this is just my childhood, so I got this. And then of course I got the Whittaker's little kiwis, which are so good. Whittaker's chocolate is 10 out of 10. And if you have not tried this and you're in New Zealand, you need to try it. It's so, so good. So these will be getting eaten this weekend, of course. And I'm so excited about it. Anyway, but we are now back and I'm gonna have a hot cross bun because it's Easter and we're having pizza tonight, so I wanted to just have something small. So I'm having my hot cross bun and some apple, and I actually like to sit outside because it's really quite nice and warm now. And then I think we're going to go on a walk to a nearby trail, which will be really nice. It's lovely and sunny, so we want to make the most of the good weather because, to be honest, the weather these next couple of days doesn't look great. So we want to make the most of it and get out in the sunshine, get out in nature and enjoy the rest of our afternoon. It's a bit later on and I've just been sitting reading my book for like the last hour, had a shower and in my PJs, which is honestly peak Friday vibes, and we are having a little pizza night. So George has made some pizza dough and I've just rolled out and it looks so, so good. I'm going to show you. So these are the pizza bases and I think they look so good. George has gone for a little bit of a thicker crust. To be fair, mine is actually quite thick as well. But we're trying out a new recipe, so we shall see how it goes. We've got some homemade passata and some nice toppings, mozzarella, lots of meats, and I'm gonna have some salad and olives on top of mine. And we're just gonna have a nice little pizza night, which I'm so excited about. We are gonna finish, what's the series we're watching? We are watching a TV show about the Unabomber. I just asked George what it was called and he just said, just to say that it's a TV show about the Unabomber.
What was his name?
Ted Kozowski?
Mike Wazowski. Ted Krasinski.
Krasinski.
Something like that.
But it's really good. I would highly recommend watching it. I think it's quite old, but it's really, really good. So we're gonna have a little pizza night and finish watching that because I think we've only got a couple of episodes left. Saturday and I've just woken up and had a lovely slow morning. I think it's like 10:30 now, which is so nice, and I just love having a really, really chill slow morning. And it's not usually something that I get to do because I usually start work around 8, so I do kind of work like daytime hours, which I love because I love having my evenings as well. So I usually try and get up really early and start my day and do a workout or read my book or something before I go into work. And I would say I've definitely changed that routine since I last worked an office job. I think when I was living in Edinburgh and working an office job, I would just get up, like take my breakfast to work with me, like really just kind of like get up, do my makeup, get ready for the day and like head out the door. And I started I started an hour later for that job. So I feel like I've definitely built in routines to my kind of Monday to Friday mornings that have definitely helped, and I feel that they definitely make my anxiety better throughout the week because I'm starting my day with a really slow pace instead of kind of having that stress, that rush. And I think one of the things I've definitely struggled with over, to be honest, the majority of my adult life is feeling like there's this rush to get things done, whether it be the tiniest things like making breakfast in the morning or going on my daily walk to my career and where I am in life and where I'm living and things like that. So I think what I've learned from moving to a smaller country, a smaller town, somewhere where people are less concerned about the pace that they're living at, it's really shown me the benefits of slowing down and just taking every moment in your day and being grateful for it and not rushing through it and trying to get to the pace of the next thing. And I was saying to my partner George yesterday that yesterday we had such a nice pace, and I was just really vibing with how we were treating it. And I think it definitely comes down to the fact that we've got this long weekend and we aren't kind of rushing to make the most of every single hour that we have in our day, because we're busy, we've got full-time jobs, and in the evenings when we come back from work, often we're not in a place to do our personal admin or do those little jobs or even just go on a walk and relax. And it's so bad when you say that out loud, but it is the truth. And sometimes just life gets in the way, and when you've got a stressful day or you have something on during your week, it can kind of disrupt what you're doing. So yeah, yesterday was just so nice, and we had like such a nice pace, and yesterday evening was so lovely as well. We made our pizzas, which were so good. George tried out a new recipe, which was great. I usually make the pizza dough. I think I'd said that in a previous vlog, but he tried something a little bit different, and they were so good. But we were so full. They were great, but we didn't finish it. So I've got a few bits left over for lunch today, which will be nice. And then we just watched the rest of the Manhunt Unabomber series, and I love a bit of true crime, but I don't love when it's like, I was saying this to George, I don't love when series like that are played out and they show the actual like crimes being done and they go into depth, because I find that quite disturbing, and it can often just make me feel on edge and scared, to be honest. I don't really love watching like crime, like too crimey or too thrillery shows. But what I do love is I love the investigation side of it, and the, not to get too in depth, but I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't already seen it. I mean, it is historical, so I feel like you can't really spoil history, but if you want to watch it and you don't know anything about it, because it is like a really, really old case, so I won't give too much away, but the investigation side of it was using language and kind of using the way that the person that committed the crimes used language to essentially find them guilty, which I just found so interesting. As someone that loves writing, reading, I loved English at school, like that was kind of one of my subjects, and as someone that loves and is fascinated by language, I just found it so interesting. So I would definitely give it a watch if you like a bit of true crime, but also kind of like that more investigative side of it rather than like the full-blown crimes being played out. I would really recommend it. So we finished that last night, so we need to find something else to watch tonight, because it is a really gloomy, rainy day today, which I am honestly so happy about. I am such an autumn girl through and through. It's funny because I always say like autumn is my season, and it still is, but at home it's even more my season because my birthday falls on Halloween, so it's just like I just thrive in autumn, and I love cozy season, I love candles, I love the traditions that surround autumn, obviously it being my birthday. I then connect with a lot of my family and my friends, and obviously the season here is flipped on its head, so it's not falling on my birthday, but I still love the traditions that I get to play in. I've got some little pumpkins that I got from a market sitting in our flat, which is so nice, and I think I'm actually going to go into town today. George needs to go to the shop and get some wine for the roast lamb that we're going to make for later on, which was quite funny because when we went to the supermarket yesterday, I had forgotten that there is a ban on buying alcohol on Good Friday and Easter Monday, so we couldn't buy any alcohol yesterday, which was fine. We'll just buy it today, it's not an issue. But yeah, we need to buy some wine for us, but also for the roast. I've been loving drinking red wine recently. I usually am not a massive drinker, to be honest, in general, and wine was kind of the first thing that I was like, I'm going to cut this out, it doesn't make me feel good. And at the time, I didn't drink red wine and I wasn't really a fan, but obviously now that we live in New Zealand, I have naturally just been to a few wine tastings. We went with my parents, I've done it with a few friends, and red wine here, we are in the region for red wine. We live in central Otago, and Otago and the surrounding areas, but also other parts of New Zealand are really, really, really well known for incredible wines, especially red wine. So I've been getting really into my red wine, and actually it's not been leaving me feeling super hungover, because that's been my thing with alcohol, is just my hangovers just are not the one. And I think it's natural when you get older, but yeah, mine are like a different level and it just doesn't make me feel great. So I have been drinking a little bit of red wine, and a few people on my Instagram have been like, "You're drinking wine?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am back on some kind of alcohol. I'm not fully there yet. I mean, I'll have like an Aperol spritz or something if we're out at the pub, but that's the kind of level that I've gotten to, which I think I'm really happy about actually. Sorry, this has turned into a complete rant about like sober curiosity and stuff, but I just feel like I kind of wanted to update you guys on here, because I did used to create quite a lot of content about being sober curious and that journey, and I wonder if anybody wants to know any more about it, because I think it definitely has helped me understand my relationship with alcohol and what I want that to look like going forward. So yeah, it's been a really interesting one. So I can share some more on that if you are interested, but I'm aware it's not really the content that I usually share on here. But we do need to go into the shop and grab some wine, and then I'm going to go to one of our local candle makers and grab a little Easter themed or kind of autumnal candle. My mum, bless her, did give me some money for Easter, because she obviously can't get us like an Easter egg or anything from Scotland. So she gave me some money and we did get an Easter egg, but I might also try and put some of the money towards a candle, because our current candle is on its last legs. So I want to get a new one, because I feel like cozy season is not complete when you don't have at least one candle in the house. So we're going to do that and just go on a bit of a walk. Where we live is about a kind of 10-15 minute walk outside of the actual town of Arrowtown. So it's the perfect distance just to like go for a wee wander. It's kind of gloomy and rainy outside, so we won't be out for too long, but I think it'll be nice to stretch the legs. And then, to be honest, we've got such a chill day for the rest of the day. George needs to obviously cook the meal for tonight, and I'm just going to chill and get some life admin and little bits and bobs done that I've been meaning to do for a while now, because I feel like the last couple of weekends have still been really busy. So I've not really had the opportunity to sit down and just get some things done. So I actually have a list on my phone. I use my notes app all the time, and I usually use my journal, but I've run out. Like I've just finished my journal, so I need to order a new journal today, and that is on my to-do list. I usually use the Rhodia one, but I used that for my last journal and I loved like the paper and just like the size, and I really like it. So I think I'm gonna get another one of these, but maybe in a different colour. I quite like the silver, so I might do that for my next journal, and that's lasted me quite a while, like probably 2 or 3 months, so should do me for the rest of this season. I also have some YouTube editing to catch up on, so I'm going to be doing that today as well, and I'm really loving my YouTube editing at the moment. I feel like I'm trying to change up a little bit in terms of how I'm editing my videos, and just make it more exciting for me when I'm doing it, and a little bit more creative as well. I love challenging myself and trying to kind of do interesting edits that would be interesting for you guys to watch as well. So I'm really enjoying that. So I'm going to edit a vlog today and hopefully finish it ready to post next week. And I'm also going to make my cookies I mentioned yesterday, and I might even try and see if I can get some mini eggs from the shop in town, because for love nor money we could not find any in the supermarket. So I doubt that there will be some in a smaller corner shop, but you never know. I also have quite a few messages from friends and family that I need to reply to. It has just been such a busy week that I feel like I've not had the chance to properly sit down and reply and like voice note people, and I think that's like one of the big things with living abroad, and especially living somewhere like New Zealand where the time difference is so different from home. It can be really hard to like stay on top of your messages and reply to people and phone people, because the time difference is just so limiting. Like it's usually either early in the morning or in the evening that you can call, which is all fine and well, but when you're working, it can be really hard. So I need to do that today and like get caught up with everyone, because I think because it's Easter, everyone's checking in, which is so nice. And I feel so grateful that like so many of my close friends and my family, they make such a big effort to keep in touch with me, because I feel like at the beginning I made such a big effort with them, and obviously I still do, but obviously that begins to slip as your life gets busier and you get more comfortable and settled in a place. But I think I'm just so grateful for my friends and family who are always so happy and like on it for checking in with me, and I always feel so guilty when I can't instantly reply to them. But I think everyone understands, and obviously I feel like everyone goes through seasons where they're busier and they aren't replying to messages, and then they'll be the one to reach out. So it is just like an ebb and a flow of relationships, but I need to do that today. I also want to start writing a bit of an autumn bucket list. I did ideally want to do this in my journal, but I'm so annoyed that I've run out of pages. I really needed to order one, but as I said, it's just been a busy week, so I've not got around to it. But I want to write a bit of a bucket list for the next couple of months, just to help me as the weather gets a little bit darker and colder. We are having daylight savings on Sunday, so it's going to mean that our evenings are going to be darker now, and I kind of want to give myself a few goals over the next couple of months to just not let me slip into like staying in every night and that sort of thing. But I've just realised I've been sat yapping for ages now, so we're going to go into town. I don't think I updated you guys when I got these a couple of weeks ago, but I bought some Blundstone boots and I haven't had the chance to wear them yet because it's been so warm. But today is the perfect day. I mean, look outside, it's like rainy and gloomy. So I'm going to wear these to the shops and I'm so excited because I feel like they're just going to be the perfect autumnal boot. So many people have raved about these to me and I actually love them. I think they look so comfortable and also like a nice little shoe to wear out and about. So yeah, I will let you know how I get on with these. I want to wear them on like walks as well as just like around. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, but I mean, I've heard nothing but good things, so very happy with these. From town, and I just wanted to show you my setup for the afternoon because I feel like this is ultimate cozy autumnal but like kind of productive vibes. I'm gonna sit and edit my YouTube video. I have some of last night's leftover pizza and I have Notting Hill on the TV, and I feel like this is my ultimate happy place for just a nice cozy Saturday afternoon. So I'm gonna get editing this YouTube video, have some pizza and just chill for the rest of the afternoon. I have just finished up doing some editing on my YouTube video and also watching Notting Hill, which is just the ultimate cozy autumnal movie. I feel like I forgot how good it was, and then I saw it suggested online and I was like, I'm gonna watch this. So that's been so nice, and now I'm gonna go and get on with making our cookies. Annoyingly, the lamb is in the oven, but I'm gonna bake them later anyway because they do need to chill, or the dough needs to chill in the fridge for a wee while. So I'm gonna make the dough now and chill it, and then we can have them with some ice cream tonight, which I'm so excited about. But in the meantime, I thought I would show you what I got from town because I actually was pleasantly surprised by a little kind of discount sale outdoors gear kind of like outlet sale in the local hall. Our local village like town hall has a really good selection of like markets and things that are on every single weekend. A couple of weekends ago I went to like, it was more of like a curated vintage one and got so many great pieces at like such a reasonable price. And this one had, it was more like brands, so it had like Icebreaker, Canada Goose, like loads of like outdoors brands who were basically just selling all their like last season stuff. I think, I don't really know, it was kind of random, and I think there was like a bit of a random mix of kind of more luxury brands as well. There were shoes. George actually saw a pair of Timberlands but didn't buy them, but I actually just got some Icebreaker like thick hiking socks because when I was wearing my Blundstones I was actually getting like, not a blister, but they were like rubbing on the back of my feet because I was wearing quite short socks. So I feel like these are going to be really good for the winter and also just like for hikes and stuff as well. So I picked up these and they were $39 reduced from $54, so I was happy with that. And there was a few other things I was tempted to buy, but it was still quite expensive for even like the discount that you were getting. So I just thought I'm gonna leave it for now, and I'm pretty like solid on my outdoor stuff. I've got a good few jackets and stuff, so I don't need anything like that, but I do need some socks. I picked those up. And then I also got our candle from Lucy King, which I love it in there. The staff are always so lovely and the shop is just so cute. I could honestly spend all day in there, and it obviously smells amazing. So George and I spent a bit of time picking out the candle that we wanted, and we ended up going for the Arrowtown one, which was their scent of the month. And with their scent of the month you get, I think it was 15% off if you signed up through a newsletter, but I was already signed up and so I got 20% off, which was great. So yeah, I got this and it's blackberry, rose hip and wild thyme, and it smells so nice. I wanted something that was autumnal, and to be honest, this was the closest thing they had. Their range is kind of inspired by places in New Zealand, so they didn't have anything that was specifically autumnal, but I feel like Arrowtown is the ultimate autumnal place, and I think the thyme gives it that kind of like earthy smell. There was one which was a bit more, how do I put it, like woody and like a bit warmer, but George didn't like it, so I was like, that's fair enough, like we're not going to buy something that he doesn't like, because these are quite strong as well, so they do really make the flat smell very like the candle, which is obviously great, but we don't live in that big of a space, so I feel like it can be quite overpowering if it's a smell that you don't like. So yeah, I'm really happy with this one, and I love that it says Arrowtown as well. And what I love about these jars is that you can keep them and use them for other things as well. So I'm going to light this later on. Our candle that we do have has currently died, so I'm going to put this on later when we get all cozy with our movie. And yeah, really happy with this one. If you are in Arrowtown or in the area, check out Lucy King, because they're a local business and they're so beautiful, and I think so reasonably priced for the candles and the beautiful scents they do. So yeah, go check them out. But yes, I'm gonna get on with my baking now. I'm gonna make the dough and I will catch up with you guys in a bit. The loveliest Saturday afternoon / evening. We have cracked open some red wine and I'm doing my knitting. I'm going to show you. I have been working on my neck scarf, although I did have to take a few rows out because I realised I made a mistake, which is really annoying, but we are making progress. We have When Harry Met Sally on the TV and I have lit our new candle and we are very happy, aren't we?
Question. You said neck scarf.
Yeah.
That implies that the scarf's for other areas of your body.
Well, yeah, it's more like a neck scarf than a shawl. I think it's just called a neck scarf, I don't know.
Is it not just a scarf?
No, because it goes over your shoulders.
Is that not a shawl?
No.
What do you mean? Scarves don't go over your shoulders.
No, I'm making like a triangle neck scarf.
Triangle. From Michael, get that one.
George is, and also
so like a shoulder poncho.
Yeah, kind of.
Interesting.
George has also been making lamb all afternoon, and it smells. I wish you could smell the smell. It smells amazing. Dauphinoise in the oven, and yeah,
Dauphinoise.
Just peak autumnal vibes. I fear.
Petit bois.
Yeah.
I don't know what lamb is in French. It is now Sunday and we've come into Queenstown. I don't actually think I've ever vlogged in Queenstown, so this is a start. But we're going to go for some brunch at a really lovely brunch place called Bespoke Kitchen, which weirdly I think this time last year I actually applied for a job with them before I started like looking at jobs really. But they have so many nice like brunchy bits and coffee, really good chai, and yeah, we're gonna go grab some breakfast and then you want to go and look at your Timberlands, and I'm just gonna have a little mooch around the shops as well. So it's very cold today, it feels very autumnal, but it's so nice.
massive cozy knit because I am so chilly. It was so cold today. I was wearing a new like wool jacket that I bought recently at a secondhand market, and I thought when I put it on I was like, I'm going to be way too warm in this, and if anything I was too cold. I think because it's more like a shawl, I just had this like thin black top underneath, and wow, it is brisk today. And you know what, I kind of love it. I love this weather, and as I said before, I love cozy season, so I am very much ready for it. But I feel like I'm lacking like good jumpers in my wardrobe. I mean, this I've had honestly since like 2 Christmases ago. I remember buying it for like Christmas Day, that sort of thing, for the Christmas before we left Scotland, and it's already getting quite bobbly. I mean, it's still, I'm going to keep it and still wear it, but I do need to get some new knitwear, so I might have a look online today and see if there's any like deals or sales or something on, because I think there is quite a lot on over Easter, so I'm going to have a little look at that this afternoon whilst I sit and watch some Gilmore Girls. I have just started it, just looking at the TV, and I've just started it, and it was actually, I made my autumnal bucket list yesterday and it was on there, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to start that today and just sit and get cozy with that. And I'm also going to do some knitting. I have always kind of known how to knit, but did it when I was like way younger. At school actually, I think we did like a knitting club and I got really involved in that. So yeah, I've not done it in a while, but I've picked it back up and I'm going to try and knit myself a little neck scarf. I think I spoke about this in the vlog yesterday actually, but I have just started doing it. This is the progress. Actually, I probably should show you from the front instead of the back. This is the progress so far, but yesterday I had to unravel, oh, I don't even know how many lines, but I unraveled like a good probably 20 lines because I realised that for some reason I hadn't noticed. I was like, I don't even know what I'd done, but there was like ladders and it was just not looking good. So I'm going to sit and do this I think today. The vision is it's going to be like a green neck scarf, and then I've got like a beautiful kind of dusky pink wool that I'm going to crochet around the edge. So I've got a pattern and everything that I'm following, but to be honest, I've needed to just like put into Google like how on earth do I decipher this pattern, because it was all like in knitting lingo and that was just not, my brain was not braining. I had no idea what was going on. So yeah, but I feel like I've made really good progress so far, and actually for a first time I'm pretty proud of myself because I've had to like increase the stitch all the way up. So I'm gonna sit and knit for a wee while and just watch some TV and chill. It's actually been so nice this weekend, just like not feeling super pressured to do anything, and the weather was yesterday was so bad, so I just sat inside most of the day, which was nice. We did get out on a wee walk in the morning, which was nice, and today I was kind of like, oh, do I go on another walk later, because we had been out and stuff today, but just like wandering, and I actually think no, I'm just gonna lean into like cozying in and being in the flat. And then I think tomorrow the weather's meant to be dry as well, so I reckon we'll probably go on a bit of a longer walk or a hike or something tomorrow, which would be nice. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the afternoon. I really don't know whether this vlog is being very exciting, but I feel like I want to share more of just like living here and not constantly being out and about doing things, because I feel like I'm very much of the mindset of being and enjoying where you're living instead of just always like being on the go. And like I don't want to portray myself as someone that's like constantly traveling and on the go and never slows down, because I feel like a big part of my life at the moment is slowing down and making sure that I'm taking time for myself, and yeah, just really moving with how I'm feeling rather than feeling pressured to do things for my presence online or, you know, just things like that. Like I just want to move more with intention and less with kind of this idea of how people are like perceiving what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So I've just been chilling for the last like 3 hours and actually ended up going on a walk in the end, because I feel like when I'm just stuck in the flat, I just start feeling a little bit in my own head. So I headed out just on one of our local trails, which was so nice, and just popped in a podcast, which was lovely. George has now gone to badminton, so I'm just going to have a little cozy evening to myself. He gets back around 8, so we're still going to hang out later, but I'm going to like cook dinner. And well, cook dinner. I'm going to reheat my dinner from last night, which I'm actually so excited about. The dinner was so good. I'm just actually pouring myself a little 7-Up, and I'm gonna put some crisps into a bowl to snack on. I thought they were gone, but they're not. Oh my god. Anyone else live with a man and just constantly have the fear that they're going to open the cupboard and there's going to be no snacks? But no, I'm going to just pop on a movie and just have a little snack. And then it's like 5:30 right now, so I'll probably eat a bit later on. But I'm so excited for the lamb. It was so good last night. And yeah, technically today is like Saturday for me. So we're off tomorrow, which is lovely. And I'm just looking forward to like waking up tomorrow and not having to go to work. But yeah, I think I'm going to watch It's Complicated tonight, which I have actually not seen. And I think it's a Nancy Myers film. It's been around forever, but yeah, I've just not seen it before, so I'm going to watch that, which I'm really excited about. Maybe do some knitting and honestly just chill. I know I keep saying this, but I'm so loving the pace of this weekend, and I feel like I've not had the opportunity to just chill and be in this space for a while. So yeah, I'm gonna sit and watch a movie, do some knitting, and yeah, just chill. It's been the loveliest day, and yeah, what more could you want for a Saturday/Sunday vibe? Guys, it is now totally dark outside. Today is the first day of daylight savings, and oh my god, this is crazy. It's like 6:30, and to be honest, I kind of love it, but also I feel like this is just a sign of the darker nights creeping in, and it's going to be a long winter, but we're going to get through it, and we'll get through it together. But I've just poured myself a glass of wine and my leftover lamb from last night. I'm so excited to eat this. I'm like halfway through my movie, and it's just ultimate cozy vibes. I unfortunately do have to put the big light on to film in my kitchen because this light flickers, and so this is not the cozy vibes that I'm trying to give, but I don't want it to flicker, so that's annoying. But yeah, I have just actually been thinking about how it's been a year since we've moved to New Zealand, and well, it's not been a year since we moved, but it's a year since we settled in Queenstown, and it's just absolutely mad to think where we are now versus like where we were this time last year. I feel like we moved into our house when we were living in Queenstown, and we were just so uncertain of the future. We didn't have jobs, we were living off our savings. It was quite a stressful time, and here we are like settled in our own place, and you know, George is playing badminton and I'm just having a glass of wine and having my dinner, and I just feel so at home here, and it's so satisfying and such a nice feeling when you make this big move and you come over to somewhere that you completely don't know anyone, you don't know the place, you don't know the culture really, and I'm just so proud of us, and I've just been reflecting a lot on that tonight. And yeah, I don't know, I just feel really proud of George and I, and yeah, I just feel happy that we're here and that we're happy and that we're settled, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.